It's been over a year since Miles Morales lost his father. Much has happened since then. The city has all but recovered from the bioweapon released by Dr. Octopus. Miles has moved on from middle school and elevated to the prestigious Brooklyn Visions Academy. He's made new friends like Genki, who shares his love for invention and learning, and Miles and his mother, Rio, have moved to a new neighbourhood. It's not so new for Rio Morales. She grew up here in Harlem. The daughter of Puerto Rican parents, her surviving mother has moved back to her homeland, leaving them Rio's childhood home. Much settling in to do, much changes to adjust to. They have shared their grief and fear and excitement of these changes together.
Ain't no Christmas like a Brooklyn Christmas. Miss hearing them say that.
But the biggest change of all, Miles has had to burden mostly alone. Genki knows.
Glad Genki's staying a couple of weeks. Gonna be a lot of late nights working on spider gear.
He knew he could trust him and flourish under the support he would willingly offer. And there was Peter, of course, his first confidant. Little did he know, but also the best teacher he could possibly hope for. Since that moment he can never take back. As his body changed, the spectrum of his abilities widened, he became impatient to use them. He needed guidance.
I was just wondering if we could, start training?
Peter knew the dangers of these abilities.
Miles, you're 15.
I mean, you started when you were 15, right?
And I nearly got myself killed at least 100 different times. I can't let that happen to you.
Okay.
Oh man, what am I gonna do with that kid?
He would teach him. And Miles was soon learning the ropes and the science behind it. Peter had to learn on his own. Miles's learning accelerated with the help of Peter's mentorship and an eagerness from Miles that Peter could not sate. After holding him back as long as he could, Peter finally yielded to Miles's persistent requests.
Why don't I just come with you? Yeah, like one of your missions.
Miles had now been shadowing Peter for months and has stood up to each test with heart, optimism and humility. He's learned to swing, to fight, to use the weapons and technological advancements that were commonplace to Spider-Man. But it was during the Christmas festivities that Miles received the call for his toughest test yet.
Helping Spider-Man protect a giant prison convoy? You can handle this.
The city was returning to normal after the convicts flooded its streets, but there were still more inmates to round up. Those that are returning to Raft. The Spider-Man needs to see it done right to mop up any spills, because experience tells Peter there always are spills.
Hello, tiny spiders.
Rhino escapes his bounds. Miles embraces his new responsibilities, but that doesn't mean he does not feel overwhelmed. There are moments that he thinks he's not able to keep up with what the city needs.
He's never gonna trust me on a mission like this again.
Don't think like that. We're going to stop him as long as we work together.
Pete.
But then moments test him enough to sometimes think he can. Because moments maketh the man, and it was in these moments that Miles understood what he was capable of.
Bro. Back the hell?
Miles has within him the powers of Spider-Man, but his powers are of a different quality.
You alive?
Kinda.
Stopping the villains of the city always seems to cost the taxpayer in some way. New windows, firming up render, towing car wrecks. And in bringing down Rhino, they had damaged the property of one of the city's biggest corporate bodies, Roxxon, and the suits and their armed guard are here to survey the damage.
Simon Kreiger, head of R&D at Roxxon Energy. We just bought the place. We're planning to tear it down for a build. But looks like you beat us to it.
Thanks. But he's still dangerous.
We'll hold him for the police.
One less job to do.
Police say Alexei Sitsievich, aka Rhino, has been transferred to a more secure, privatized form of work release. What the heck does that mean?
The Spider-Man's work is done for now. And to Miles' surprise, Peter's work in the city is done for a while too. Despite being wet behind the ears, Miles had worked hard in recent months, done everything asked of him and more. So much so, Peter can hand over the reins for a well-earned break.
MJ's headed overseas for the Bugle and requested me as her photographer. Kind of a working vacation for us.
I don't know if I'm ready to fly solo.
You saved my bacon, Miles. See you in a few weeks, Spider-Man. New York's only Spider-Man.
Miles had imposter syndrome, being Peter's understudy. Now the city rests on his shoulders alone. The weight is crippling, but Miles is used to feeling the fear and the anxiety and doing it anyway. But it never gets easier. Christmas, for most, is supposed to be easy. Relaxing even. To be restful with the ones you love, but the next 4 days, up to the new year, for Miles, unbeknownst to him, will be the toughest he has ever faced.
Please don't screw this up.
I'm the Patient Wolf, and I'm a video game storyteller. This is the next installment in my summary series of Marvel's Spider-Man. If you haven't seen the first story of Peter's terrible year, you can do so now, down in the description, where you can find even more links to other in-depth stories in other engaging worlds. And if you would like to watch more Spider-Man stories, you can do so right now, over on Patreon, where patrons get to watch my videos, often months in advance and ad-free. Check out the posts page linked on the screen and in the description, where you can watch stories on Fisk, Tombstone, Spider-Man the Cat, and more. Patrons help this channel continue to do what it does. So if you enjoy this work and want it to thrive, head over to Patreon after this video. If not, make sure to subscribe and hit notifications to be informed of when these stories are released on YouTube, and follow the channel's Twitter for announcements. And if you enjoy this video, remember to press like to help the video further its reach. I'm the Patient Wolf, so tune in, zone out, and join me as we discover or rediscover the world of Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Miles doesn't know Harlem too well, but he likes what he sees. Its energy, its sense of community, and the way it embraces all cultures. Being a child of two differing cultures, he felt a part of the tapestry here. He felt he was safe and supported, especially at a time when he felt such loss. He had visited his abuela here times before, and he was looking forward to learning more as to why it captured his heart so much. But time for Miles was just not there. His life had been consumed since that bite. He often marveled at Peter.
How does Pete do this secret identity thing? Completely stresses me out.
His mother, Rio, not knowing his new burden, thinks the stress is from the energy he's ploughing into his studies and his passion for science and his work for Feast. Rio's time was also scarce. Like her mother before her, she was passionate about the struggle for equality and fairness.
A lot of strong people in my family.
And this passion was only emboldened further by the loss of her husband and the impact of the Devil's Breath pandemic. She couldn't tell you when she decided to run for councilwoman of Harlem, but the snowball of her passion for service had brought her here, days away from the election and with a community behind her. Before this, they needed a moment to pause and enjoy each other as a family. Rio cooked. Ganke was there, staying while his parents were away. Rio also invited a surprise guest, a friend Miles had not seen in months.
Phin, it's so good to see you.
A lot's changed.
Yeah, it really has.
Phin used to be as good a friend to Miles as Ganke is now. In middle school, they were inseparable. Also bonded by their love for science and technology, they even won an award together.
You guys won the middle school science fair at County, right? You made a...
Energy converter?
Jinx!
As Miles' father was a guiding light in how to serve the community, Phin's brother Rick was their guiding light in the world of science, and they both idolized him.
I love my nerdy fan club.
He encouraged and nurtured their passions, and his skills in science were lauded by the tech science powerhouse, Roxxon. He was project lead there. Miles was sad not to be in Phin's life as much, but was glad to enjoy an evening together. They moved on to different schools. If they hadn't, it would probably have been Phin he confided his secret to instead of Ganke. But he would never swap Ganke's help now. They worked long hours together on ideas for equipment and gadgets, and how best the new Spider-Man could help the city. They had mused over many designs. But things really accelerated after Miles received a parting gift from Peter, a new suit.
Congratulations and welcome to your very first super suit.
How's it looking?
Whoa.
He had made do before, but this suit 10x'd what he could do.
Thing's got a crazy custom OS, nothing I've ever seen before.
With integrated AR, he could learn new moves set up by Peter around the city. Ganke could link into the architecture and see firsthand what Miles sees.
I'm connected to your analytics.
Miles could even pick up his favoured digital channels.
This is the Danicast, where I spotlight the people making a real difference in our city.
It's refreshing to have a positive voice to lift him as he swings. Jameson's divisive rants do nothing to build his confidence.
This new kid wants to be Spider-Man? He made things worse.
I hope that having Spider-Man on their side gives them a little hope this holiday season.
Danicast, new favorite podcast.
And piggybacking on this technology, Ganke designed an app that connects to the suit.
Welcome to Friendly Neighborhood 1.0. It lets New Yorkers directly request your help and report crimes in progress.
Miles was set on serving the city as efficiently as possible while Peter was away. This app would help with that, responding quickly to myriad threats. He would even get to know the people in his neighbourhood who would request help through the app. It made him feel more connected to his new home, even if those he helped would not get to know Miles. One of the first New Yorkers to request his help was someone else he had not seen for a long time.
Aaron Davis.
Miles didn't know why his uncle wasn't welcome at the house anymore.
You know I don't want him coming around here. Let's talk about it later, okay?
But despite not knowing, he missed him. They were once close. Family dinners, playing hoop together. He marvelled at the bond Aaron and his father had, especially because Miles was an only child. After seeing to the problems on the city's rail network of which Aaron was a custodian, he reveals just how well he knew his nephew. In thanks, he gifts Spider-Man a rail pass with Miles' name on it.
How did you...
From watching the footage of their battle with Rhino, he could see the mannerisms and gait of the boy he played so much basketball with over the years. He knew straight away it was Miles.
Don't worry. I won't tell your mom. You get in over your head, you give me a call. I'm here for you.
Thanks, Unc.
If your dad could see you now.
Seeing Aaron, and the possibility of seeing more of him, was like having a piece of his father back. Seeing Phin and now Aaron, it's like his life is finding a normality that he dearly missed.
Ganke said the app's blowing up. City definitely needs a Spider-Man.
The city needs Miles because there is a new threat rising. Peter had seen off the demons and the inmates of Raft. Miles had helped with some of that, but as Peter can attest, when one threat is removed, the vacuum often pulls in another. This threat is named the Underground. Their ideals, like the Spider-Men, are rooted in justice and equality, but their thirst for social change, especially after the pandemic, is driven by violence and disruption. The group often recruit from the disillusioned youth of the city.
Who are they? What do they want? They steal, hurt, kidnap, and harass. They hit businesses and crime families alike. They have next-level technology and a grudge against everyone.
Miles' uncle knows more about them.
They think of themselves as a young mafia. They've been around a while, but now they've got a new boss, the Tinkerer.
And under this new governance, they have a new set of weapons. Miles sees them firsthand as he investigates a break-in at Roxxon Plaza in Harlem.
Haven't seen you guys before. Nice glow sticks. What are these weapons? Memory metal? Their tech is unbelievable, but Venom totally wrecks it.
Venom. Ganke came up with the name for Miles' recently discovered ability to produce bioelectricity that he could summon and sculpt to combat foe and power things underpowered. Peter admitted to having green eyes before he left.
Bioelectricity. Gotta be honest, little jealous.
I got nothing on the OG.
He would learn how to harness it further in time, but his power is sufficient to see off these trespassers on Roxxon property. But what were they here for? They were looking for shipments of Nuform, a new Roxxon-designed energy source.
But why?
Under the guidance of Simon Kreiger, Roxxon had invested heavily in Nuform and the reactor to harness its energy. Their flagship power station had been built here in Harlem.
Just one canister of this revolutionary fuel source is enough to supply Harlem with clean, safe energy for the next 500 years. Get ready for a planet powered by Nuform. Roxxon, we're here for you.
Roxxon security. They can take it from here.
Without question, Roxxon Plaza is American ingenuity at its finest. Green energy for the tree huggers, groundbreaking new tech for Wall Street, and jobs for the locals.
A cornerstone of Rio Morales' decision to run for council in Harlem was because of Roxxon. They had bought up swathes of properties and installed their untested power station here. She felt her community was being marginalized and undervalued.
And I have a lot of respect for Miss Morales. She's a great role model for young women, but our Nuform reactors will make this a better city, a better home for New Yorkers. But I guess some people just have a hard time with change.
Miles is here to watch his mother at her rally against the opening of Roxxon Plaza, in the carnival atmosphere of his new neighborhood. And Roxxon guards are here to protect their interests.
Morales has accused the conglomerate of driving out local businesses and homeowners. Morales also criticized Roxxon's use of Nuform.
Nuform has not been vetted by anyone. No government agency, no council of medical professionals.
Even now, Roxxon is transporting Nuform, its experimental fuel, across the city. But they won't tell us the risks.
This message is for Roxxon.
The Tinkerer.
Simon Kreiger is a killer. This plaza is a monument to everything he's done. I won't let it open. The underground will stop it.
They need you. I'll help your mom.
The underground are here in opposition to the same cause his mother is. But instead of peaceful opposition, the Tinkerer proposes violence. Miles needs to stop his new neighborhood getting hurt.
This attack doesn't make sense. I thought they wanted Nuform, but there isn't any here. What was that?
An explosion at Braithwaite Bridge. The attack at the rally was a distraction. The underground were here for the Nuform shipment under armed guard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's not shoot each other, all right?
We're after the Nuform. Ignore everything else.
What the hell are you doing? He's destabilizing it. Get down!
Phin, the Tinkerer, leaves with a canister of Nuform. A lot has changed for both of them, but how had their friendship deteriorated so much that he did not see a change so drastic in her that she would join the underground, let alone rise through its ranks to lead them in this violent charge against Roxxon, endangering the people of their city?
The bridge is coming down! I have to stop this! No!
What are you doing? He saved us!
As Roxxon looked to apprehend the man that triggered their fuel source to explode, he discovers more about what the bite from that spider has bestowed upon him. It was MJ in Norman Osborn's secret lab that saw the purpose of his research.
Bioelectrokinesis, optical camouflage?
This was optical camouflage. Miles, for a short time, could shroud himself from view. This ability came at a timely moment, because not only did he need to escape the Roxxon guards, but he yearned to hide away from the reality that he had just put people in danger with these abilities. And his best friend is someone that he does not know at all.
A major disaster in our city. Explosions, a bridge collapse, weapons discharged amid rush hour traffic. The kid screwed things up so bad, even the original model would have blushed redder than his costume.
When I got powers, I thought I would be able to fix anything. Do anything that Spider-Man does.
Whenever you say Spider-Man, you always mean the other one. You're Spider-Man. You can fix this.
To refocus and rejuvenate his confidence, they do what they know and what they do best. They research, test, fail, and iterate, just like any good Spider-Man does, and create what Miles needs to own this role, this responsibility that has been thrust upon him.
What's up, New York?
New York's only Spider-Man is ready and prepared for the task ahead, to stop his friend from further attacks on the city, and to find out more about the Roxxon Nuform reactor. He'll start with what he knows, or at least thought he knew. Phin's family had a repair shop in Midtown.
She used to do all of her work there. If I'm lucky, she still does.
Before his job at Roxxon, Phin's brother Rick used to work at their family repair shop. He studied hard for the qualifications needed to attract a good job in science. They used to hang out here and help. It had been shuttered for a while, since Rick started working for Roxxon.
Someone left the lights on.
A desk full of research on Roxxon.
The team that created Nuform all got sick.
And an ID card with Phin's face upon it, with a different name.
Phin was working with someone to break into Roxxon. Some kind of meds used for treating bone marrow decay.
Concealed within the building, Miles finds Phin's workshop, where she created the high-tech weaponry that gained her the leadership of the underground.
Funny how we both started wearing masks. Video file from 6 months ago.
Rick sickened from his exposure to Nuform. To expose Roxxon and stop the reactor rollout, they have a plan.
First we flush the core, then we wipe all data.
After that, the recipe for Nuform exists only with Rick.
But without me, project will be DOA. You ready to save New York?
Ready.
The outcome of that mission is unknown. A later video captures Phin returning alone.
I won't let tonight be for nothing. I promise, Rick. Damn it. Phone must have been damaged. No uploads.
The footage of their mission didn't make it to the cloud. It still exists on Phin's phone.
There. Got a location.
Simon Kreiger has been telling everyone how safe it is.
He's lying.
Roxxon Research Labs. Miles infiltrates. Past the guards, towards the tracked location of the phone. Face to face with a figure Miles had only seen once before.
Hey, kid.
Amongst the overflowing boxes of their move to Harlem, just the night before, while searching for records, Miles had come across an old file belonging to his father. An unsolved case investigating a masked thief calling himself the Prowler.
Damn, Miles. What a skinny-ass kid. You hit hard.
Uncle Aaron? You're the Prowler?
And I bet you got a lot of questions right now. But we need to get out of here.
I'm not leaving till I find what I came for.
Another person close to him who he does not know at all.
Don't get caught.
Uncle Aaron mans the security system to clear the route for Miles to get that phone, to view the footage of that failed operation.
Nice. You gonna tell me why you're stalking me?
To protect you. I came out of retirement to watch your back.
Here it is.
Any regret? Destroying the thing you made?
You've seen me lately, right? Let's make the world safer.
Triggering override in 3, 2...
Industrial sabotage, Rick? Really?
Kreiger isolated Rick within the reactor.
No!
I can stop it!
And let it consume him. The mind that created it.
Someone else is in there. Find out who.
Phin watched Kreiger kill her brother to protect Roxxon's investment, despite the danger to those who worked for them, to the city at large. Rick and Phin were there to destroy his notes and the reactor.
I have to finish what they started.
Mom! Stop! You gotta get out of there, man. Can you move?
Miles has destroyed the reactor, but in doing so has absorbed its energy. Not only can he create energy, but he can house energy too. But it must be released. As Spider-Man made his way to the reactor, he found details of other research labs throughout the city, housing similar reactors making people sick. Miles would also systematically take them out. But the Underground, the Tinkerer, has the last sample of Nuform. Phin and Rick wiped the research. Miles inadvertently destroyed Roxxon's inventory. Roxxon need that sample to get their project back. Miles must get there before Roxxon, but why does Phin need the sample? He needs to confront his friend. But Aaron suggests a different approach.
If I told her the truth...
I told your dad the truth. Instead, he cut me out. If I kept my mouth shut, maybe I'd still have a family. You know what you have to do. Go to her as a friend. Tell her you want to join the Underground.
He meets Phin as a friend, confides that he saw the shop in the aftermath of the break-in, discovered Rick's illness, the Underground tech. Maybe Uncle Aaron is right. As a friend, he might be better able to steer her to the right path.
I want to help you, but you gotta talk to me.
Please don't try to talk me out of this. I know what I'm doing.
Maybe I could join your club?
Gotcha.
In the vacuum left by Fisk's incarceration, his assets were seized. Fisk Tower boarded up. The Underground moved in, a place to regroup, plan, develop, store, and train. They also uncovered the secret rooms and passages keeping chunks of Fisk's dirty money. The Underground was now the biggest gang in the city, and Phin is top of the pile. But how did she get there?
The Underground tried to rob my granddad's shop and saw what I was working on. We made a deal. I can't take on Roxxon alone. I built everything. The masks, the weapons.
Programmable matter.
Right.
I know you're after Kreiger, but what do they get out of it? Besides guns.
Notoriety. They want to be so well known, they can get away with anything.
As the Tinkerer attends to important matters, Miles utilizes his recently discovered ability to learn of the Nuform location.
You moved the Nuform? Safely?
Yeah, to the lab uptown.
It was hot, buzzing, like it's unstable.
It's that new Spider-Man. His powers messed with the structure. Tell everyone not to touch it.
The Nuform is currently at the Gem Theatre. He doesn't know Phin's plan for the Nuform, but if Spider-Man can take it, maybe he can stop the Underground, because Miles knows he cannot persuade her to stop on her own.
I won't stop until Roxxon's gone. Are you with me?
The Nuform is housed within a heavily powered armoured silo. But why?
Phin's pumping energy into the Nuform, making it unstable like my venom did.
Which exploded the bridge.
Phin's plan is to use the Nuform to blow up Roxxon Plaza.
It's not open yet, so there'll be no casualties. But I can't let her do this.
He must take the Nuform.
Come on. Come on! Crap!
Can't let you take that!
Tinkerer, stop!
Coming to her as a friend did not work. Taking the Nuform failed. Only one option remains to Miles.
Give me one good reason not to end you.
To reveal his own secret in one last plea for sanity.
My mom would be very upset.
Miles?
Can we just...
You two on the roof! Freeze!
The Tinkerer eludes Spider-Man again. Miles is out of ideas. He needs advice.
Hey, Uncle Aaron, are you free?
Miles meets his uncle, Aaron Davis, the Prowler.
I gotta call you back.
Aaron tries to deflect the enormity of Miles's task for a moment.
You're 17. You're stressed. And you're a superhero. You gotta cut yourself some slack.
Aaron and Miles had bonded over many things over the years. Basketball, music was their greatest passion. To give Miles a moment to reset, Aaron talks of how him and his father grew up with music, made music together. After their estrangement, that collaboration died.
What actually happened between you two?
It was complicated.
Aaron and Jefferson chose different paths. Jefferson chose the police.
He wanted to make things better from the inside.
Aaron loved creating things, technological things. He became the Prowler to steal the resources to make more, and work for others to steal things for them, mostly people Spider-Man had fought against. It was his secret, and he was proud of the persona and the revenue stream he created. But
your dad's job and mine crossed paths too often.
as a cop, Jefferson took the case to unmask the Prowler.
I could feel him closing in.
Before he was caught, he chose to tell his brother he was the villain behind the mask. Jefferson chose to cut Aaron off from the family.
He didn't want me around. Didn't want you to turn out like me.
Aaron was bereft at the family he lost. He retired the Prowler, took an honest job. He was back as the Prowler now, only to give himself the power and tools to protect his nephew as best he knew how. Miles appreciated the chance to regroup. He calls Phin to persuade her to meet him at Trinity Church in one final plea. She agrees. Miles leaves his uncle for now. Aaron makes a call.
Trinity Church, remember, Tinker is yours, but leave the boy alone.
That was a hell of a way to tell me you're Spider-Man.
What Kreiger did to Rick, Roxxon needs to pay. Not like this.
This is the only way I can beat him. I need you to look the other way.
I can't. I made a promise.
So did I.
Back when Miles was merely an understudy, before the duty of protecting New York was solely his, Miles caught Rhino, but was persuaded to leave responsibility of handing him over to the authorities by Simon Kreiger. Instead of re-incarcerating him in the raft, Simon took Rhino, manipulated him to work for Roxxon and tweaked his suit to resist the venom powers of the new and only Spider-Man left in New York.
Kreiger, where are we?
This is our most secure facility. I'm gonna get that mask off you. And I'm gonna find out what makes you tick. Okay, get her to tell us where my Nuform is. Yeah. Can't really open the plaza without it.
Miles expels the absorbed energy in a mega blast of venom.
Let's find a way out of here.
Nuform still in the hands of Phin, but out of the hands of Simon Kreiger. As they chart their escape, Miles uncovers his uncle's hand in their capture.
We need an outside partner to track Tinker and Spider-Man for us. I can't let them go until I have my Nuform.
He shouldn't even be here. Your muscle was only supposed to grab the girl. You agreed to leave the kid alone. Let Spider-Man go, and I'll get your Nuform. Feed you underground intel, whatever you want.
Leverage works every time.
Why do I keep listening to you? You led me into a trap.
Phin, no. I didn't know this would happen.
Just save it. Did you ever think about calling me to tell me you were Spider-Man? After my parents died, Rick basically had to become my dad. I thought I'd miss having a brother, but I had you.
I've made up my mind, Miles. You need to start accepting that.
Then, I'm gonna have to stop you. You need to start accepting that.
Before they make their escape, before taking down Rhino one last time, they find Simon Kreiger's computer. And within it is the damning evidence Miles was hoping for. A way to take him down, to stop the project without risking the people of Harlem.
Toxicity reports, failed safety reviews, and Kreiger's name's on everything.
Miles leaves Phin alone with Rhino, and he makes sure he has all the files he needs.
Kreiger updated the reactor. Tried to supercharge it to make his deadline. If Phin goes through with her plan, oh my god, Harlem.
You know, Kreiger told me how your brother died.
No, no, no!
Go to hell.
Phin, what the hell?
You screwed up the bridge! Destroyed my lab! Got me kidnapped!
Phin, the reactor!
Come near me again. I'll kill you.
Blinded by rage, by mistrust for her soul sibling, long parted by differing masks, the secrets they kept from each other, she leaves before Miles can tell her the severity of her plan. If she uses the Nuform to destroy the plaza, the reactor will take out his neighborhood, his mother's childhood home, the district he has grown to love through its people, its passion, a place he feels he belongs, Harlem. And as Ganke brings him injured to that home, Rio is there.
Pero qué pasó? What are you wearing?
I have to tell you something.
No more keeping secrets from the ones he loves.
I didn't want you to worry. And the other Spider-Man's gone. I just keep making things worse and worse. Now I screwed up things with you.
There is nothing you could ever do or ever be that would make me stop loving you. You give me strength, Miles. That's all a hero really is. Someone who's brave for the people they love.
Just a guy who doesn't give up.
Just like his dad. Ganke narrows down possible underground properties that could house Nuform. Rio leads the evacuation of Harlem to get people safe from the blast. And when Ganke finds the likely location of Phin and her Nuform, Miles heads to the Oscorp Science Center, the place where they accepted their science prize while in middle school. To find Nuform, to stop Phin, to protect the people he loves. But his uncle Aaron has the same idea.
Sorry about this, nephew. Can't let you go back out there. Let Kreiger and the Tinkerer kill each other. Go back to being Spider-Man when the heat dies down.
I gotta stop Phin.
No, you gotta survive. I'm not gonna lose you too.
And I'm not gonna let people die just to save my skin. You don't get it! You never fought for anyone but yourself!
I'm done letting my family die trying to play hero.
I can't turn my back when people need me. I have to be better than that.
But when family try to stop you being who you are, turning your back may be your only choice. Aaron chose himself, but Miles is his father's son. Miles is at Oscorp Science Center, closed for renovation.
Phin, you here?
Through the corridors and exhibitions, they once passed together as friends weeks before they left middle school, where they met Rick at their winning science exhibit, where now Phin is further destabilizing the Nuform with the energy converter they designed together.
Phin, you need to know.
I'm done listening to you.
Phin, her bomb ready, heads to the Nuform reactor in Harlem, oblivious to the destruction she is about to unleash. Miles heads for his home.
Ganke, talk to me. How's the evacuation going?
Roxxon and Underground are all over. It's like a war zone.
Hang on, guys. I'm coming.
Not only has war engulfed Harlem, but a blizzard descends.
Things are bad in Harlem. The underground, Roxxon, the Tinkerer, it's all coming to a head with the neighborhood caught in the middle. This is our time to come together as a community. We are strong enough to survive this.
Through the smoke and the snow, Miles subdues the fighting factions as best he can. To Teo's bodega, where his loved ones and neighbors are taking refuge.
Guys, we need to get out of here. I can only carry some of you.
What?
Phin's destruction of the reactor has started.
Spider-Man sighted.
Get out of here, young blood! You've got more important things to do.
Go. We'll get people clear.
I'll be back.
I know.
This is a time to trust those you love to be brave.
No! Kreiger changed his specs. You're not just gonna destroy Roxxon Plaza. You're gonna vaporize all of Harlem.
I'm not gonna let you lie to me again!
Why won't you listen to me? The reactor's still going critical. Soon we won't be able to stop it.
No! I am not running away again! Don't make me kill you! You can't win! Why do you keep fighting?
Because I'm Spider-Man.
As Miles accepts the role others knew he owned, Spider-Man forces Phin to accept the truth. Harlem is set to blow.
This shouldn't be happening.
I can stop it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Miles, with his last ounce of energy, must use his power. his power to absorb power to stop this blast.
Get them far away. I can't hold this in much longer.
Phin could not save her brother Rick. He was obliterated by the reactor he helped design. But with the tech she designed to avenge him, she can save the people of Harlem.
I can't.
It's okay.
I can't.
Just let go. Let go.
Phin dies while looking into the eyes of her brother.
Say something!
Is everyone okay?
We're safe. All of us.
And as the reporters move in,
Hey, get out of here, kid. We'll take care of them.
Who is he?
That guy? He's our Spider-Man.
Harlem keeps the identity of their hero safe for another day. And weeks later, Harlem is also safe from Roxxon.
Hey y'all, it has been a good week for Harlem. Spider-Man stopped the Tinkerer, Rio Morales was elected to city council, Roxxon Plaza is closed for good, Simon Kreiger is in prison. Aaron Davis, aka the Prowler, flipped on him and Roxxon.
Despite everything Miles has lost, he is thankful for the neighborhood and home he has gained, glad to see the back of those that would harm it. It's Miles's father that put it best. His words, taken from a recording he left for Miles's birthday, not long before he died.
This place reminds me that as crazy as life gets, only one thing really matters: the people you love. Keep the folks you care about close to your heart, and you'll never go wrong.
And in those following weeks, he gained back his friend and mentor, Peter.
Man, I still can't get over that suit. So cool.
Gotta be me.
Yeah, you do.
Roxxon did this uptown because they saw us as disposable. All of Harlem. I think part of our job is making sure they can't get away with it.
We'll add it to the Spider-Man oath.
An oath going forward. They will uphold together, facing new dangers, new threats, new tests. Coming soon to The Patient Wolf. Make sure to subscribe if you have not, like if you did, and head over to Patreon to catch the next tale in Spider-Man's New York. Patrons get to watch all my videos weeks in advance and ad-free. Thank you to each and every one of you on the screen now for helping me create videos like this one for you. Watch this next, head over to this link, and see down in the description for other videos and playlists you will enjoy. I'm the Patient Wolf, and this has been the story of Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales.